Hey guys, we got Patriots across the pond, and I can tell you that we are excited. We just come off of a junior summit that was absolutely epic. 107 stayed on stage till 11:30 in the evening, speaking to a crowd of about 60 people who refused to leave. That was like the hardcore remnants of the crowd, if you will, with Sheila Holm. It was beyond epic. Okay. We spent some real quality time with 107. I think he got to know who the real Mel Carmine is. And I think we have a bromance, if you know what I mean. But anyway, guys, we got to pay the bills around here. QFS1776.com/shop. And then there's a lot of freebies on there. You're crazy not to go there and get an incredible education on the new financial system that's coming. You notice I'm changing it to the new financial system. A lot of people are getting scammed, but you have to put your money, your XRP in the quantum wallet. Another guy just sent me an email yesterday, 450,000 XRP gone. 450,000 XRP gone because he put it in the quantum wallet. These are scams. Don't fall for it, okay? CarminesGold.com. We're closing a huge sale right now for it's probably going to be like probably $1 million. We're not sure yet on silver. So I could get you $1 million worth of silver still yet. Not that many people could say that proudly. So CarminesGold.com and StayingAlive.com with two E's in Cape Canaveral if you need to recharge the battery inside the body, because we are electric beings. We're like Tesla cars. We got to pull over sometimes, recharge, and then we can go for another 40, 50 years if I have anything to do with it, right? We're now getting into the peptide business. We're going to be announcing that real soon. My friend Frank Mancini and I are launching a show, maybe bi-weekly or whatever, on peptides. We got people who have their finger on the pulse on immortality. Gee, I don't know why, but immortality turns Mel Carmine on. So, but anyway, guys, I know you guys are having an incredible event in New York. Why don't you tell us all about it? This is patriotsacrossthepond.com. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey,
Thanks
good
for
to
having us,
see
Mel.
you. Thank you. Yeah, so we're having an event April 25th and 26th here on Long
Can I share
Island.
my? I'm going to try and share my screen at the same time as you're
Perfect.
talking, Elisa.
And it's taking place in Lynbrook, which is in Western Nassau. So it's very convenient to the boroughs. It's convenient to JFK Airport. And of course, it's not far from the bridges if you're in the tri-state area, either New Jersey or Connecticut. It's, a truther event. We are going to cover a lot of, issues on how to take our country back. A lot of these events are similar in what we try to do. We try to open up the mind, get people who are just starting to awaken and saying, hey, something's not right, but I can't put my finger on it. So we have a number of speakers in the area of geopolitics, a little bit of finance. We have issues concerning child trafficking. And, we've brought a whole bunch of people together, military intelligence. And this event is over the course of 2 days, very informal setting, nice and intimate, so everybody can, meet and greet and talk, and no real distance, if you will, with a big stage. We're going to be able to just come together as a community. So the event's founder is Donna Ferrara. She is just a patriotic Long Islander, wanted to bring people together. Stu and I are going to be the MCs at this event. And of course, Stu is coming over to the United States from England. This will be his first trip, so we're excited about that. And, some of the featured speakers are Derek Johnson, Dr. Jan Halper Hayes. We've got Patrick Gunnels, Kerry Cassidy, Joe and Scott from Truth Stream, Brad Olson, Lisa Schermerhorn, Laura Worley. We've also we have Matt Geiger coming. He's also one of our platinum sponsors. Light Warrior Patriot Cat, Sue Lingenfelter, Mark Abrahams, and Lee Dundas are going to be joining us via Zoom. And of course, we have Chris O'Connor and Lewis Herms also by Zoom, and Joe Rambo and Dave are going to be there. So we've got a lot of things on the agenda. It's going to be 10 until 6 each day. You can get tickets very easily through the website, which is www.theawakeningsummit.org, We are sold out of our VIP tickets, but there's still general admission tickets available. They're going very fast because a lot of the speakers and a lot of the community, like Mel, are, helping us to advertise this event. And so we're seeing each day that we're getting less and less on what's available. So yeah, we're pretty excited. Stu, I don't know if you have anything you want to add?
No, just I'm really excited to be there. Like I've said, a few times, I've been had my eyes on the United States for a long, long time, and it was a bit of a shit show before Trump came down the escalator and Q operation started, and what we've seen unfold since. But I never wanted to go anywhere really. I was never getting stuck anywhere where I had to put a mask on or they needed one of those for me to go anywhere. But I'm coming over there because I know I'm going to be surrounded by patriots. You've all got loads of food stored up if the shit goes down, and you've all got loads of guns. So I think I'm going to be in safe hands, really. And I'm buzzing about coming over there, really.
Yeah, it's funny you say
Yeah.
that. When we had our event, first one of the very first questions out of 107's mouth, he goes, security. I said, Juanito, we have a gun every 4 freaking feet. You got nothing to worry about. And most of these people in the audience that have the right to carry at our event are marksmen. They don't miss. Okay, so there it was like, okay, perfect. And he actually got a kick out of having 5 guys around him with guns around them at all times.
I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. But you guys are is Lewis, by the way, Lewis coming in via Zoom, or is he coming in the flesh?
He's coming in via Zoom just because of, obviously a lot of the limitations that he has right now with his schedule because of his run for governor in California. So he'll
Yeah.
be zooming in.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a real fun event, especially with you two characters doing the emceeing for the darn thing. I wish I could be there. I mean, there's only so many things you could do, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
in the event that I do decide to come last minute, I'll let you know. But I am
Absolutely. I mean, you
literally,
got the Southeast covered. You got the people that were able to come to your event. I mean, it's like kind of we're all looking to have a place, number one, that patriots can all gather, come together, share information, and support one another. And then it's about, education as well, because, unfortunately, in throughout the country, a lot of us don't have platforms, so we had to make them ourselves. So I know
yeah.
your event was a huge success down in Florida, so we're hoping to piggyback on, some of the success that you've had for the last couple of years with the Quantum Summit and bring some of that energy to New York.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
when we get done with this whole thing and they realize that the truthers were right all along, the conspiracy theorists, the QAnoners, whatever they want to call us, they're going to realize that we've had our finger on the pulse on everything all along. These events are going to just become bigger and bigger and bigger. I can assure you that the next one that we'll do, I don't think I have to announce that if XRP goes over $10, you got 2 weeks to act because I'm going to call it. I'm going to say not a junior quantum summit. It's going to be the King Kong Quantum Summit in Cape Canaveral. I'm going to rent the biggest freaking place ever, and it's going to be mammoth. Okay, and everybody's going to come because the celebration is going to be paramount. So we're expecting now with this Genius Act that just got passed supposedly, right? What is it, Clarity Act? We're starting to see a little price action, but nothing major because the big boys are still not ready. I keep saying that. This thing will come like a thief in the night. They got to measure 10,000 times, cut once, but they don't have the luxury of making a mistake when they make that cut. Okay, they can't say, "Oh, sorry, we fucked up. We got to go back and do it all over again." Can't do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, Lisa and I have both said when that happens, there's two places we're going. Number one to come and see you, and number two to go and see Carol. So in whatever order we do, but that's the only two things on our agenda, really, isn't it, Lisa?
That's
Yeah, to
awesome.
just go and recharge for as long as we can, because then we won't have to worry about, having to pay the bills, right? We could just come and
Yeah.
say, Mel, we're here for like indefinitely to get recharged.
So, but
I
anyway,
want to tell you
what is
some.
the number? How do they reach you guys to get the tickets? Is there a telephone number they can call or an email?
Well, it's just the website, which is theawakeningsummit.org, and the link is right there, right in front of you to click. That will then take you to the ticket purchase. And it's as easy as that. I wanted to just mention a mutual friend of ours, Renee, who you
Oh
know.
yeah.
So very funny what you just said about how the truthers are right. Well, we currently, a couple of months ago, he called after the Epstein file dropped, the first one, and was very humbled because, he was one of the guys that was calling me crazy all the time on so many things. And he said, I'm so humbled, but I'm also really messed up right now in the head, and I don't know what end is up, and I need help. And so we've been having him on our show every Friday, although we did it this week, we did it today, called Red Pilling Renee.
Oh
And
my
he is
God,
an
I love it.
experiment, and he's an experiment in the happening of, watching him, basically open his eyes to so many things across all these different categories that we've been awakened to. And you're right. I think people that are honest, that have been sort of telling us we're crazy, when they realize and when that aha moment happens for them, whatever wakes them up, in this case, it was awful, horrible, disgusting things, related to children and their abuse and all that goes with that. But whatever wakes them up, if they're honest, those are the people who are going to come to us and, basically say, I don't know how I didn't see it. I don't know how you did, and you need to help me now. And I think even though we're all a little pissed off sometimes when people poo poo, or worse than that, call us names, I think when people come to us like that, we are going to, be open armed about it to help them. But it's going to be
Yeah.
a little bit of pain before they actually get that hug, because all this stuff these truth bombs are not easy to digest.
Yeah, he was a broken man when he phoned you, Elisa, wasn't he? And we did a little
Yeah.
private Zoom call, StreamYard, offline, and then we've done about two and a half months now, so almost 10 shows with him, and he has changed so much, hasn't he? We've helped him. We still blow his mind every show. Oh, what are you doing to me?
Yeah,
But
because
it's
he's like
amazing
a really
seeing
smart
him.
normie that questions
Yeah,
everything but lives in the three-dimensional world, and he's slowly
yeah,
graduating. And what you're experiencing Renee short-circuiting little spurts at a time, because otherwise he will literally self-combust, right? But yeah, that's what.
Yes.
But he's at
yeah,
least open-minded enough to know that something is wrong. Let me go on the other side of the pond, no pun intended, and let me see what's going on, right?
yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, he's so open-minded to everything, isn't he? And a lot of people in the chat have been thanking us for it because they've been, everyone's going through this, whether you went through it 20 or 30 years ago, whether you went through it 5 years ago, whether COVID woke you up, or whether you're going through it now. Everyone's got to go through their awakening at some stage. We might get 4 to 6% that never will, but I don't know what's going to happen to them. But yeah,
We're
it's
moving
just
without those
beautiful
guys.
watching him,
We're
you
moving
know.
without them. We're going to make the announcement here. It's official.
Exactly.
But if you don't want to wake up by the end of 2026, we're going to leave you behind, and whatever
Yeah.
happens to you happens to you.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we,
Yeah.
we can try and say where we go, one, we go all as many times as we can and bring you over, to the light and the awakening and truth. But if you don't want to do it, that's down to you.
Yeah. We've given you
Yeah.
proof,
So,
irrevocable, irrefutable evidence. By the way, did you guys see my documentary trailer yet?
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We saw
yeah,
that as soon
Let
as you released it, which was before the summit, your junior summit.
let's show
I mean,
that real quick for your audience
okay.
as well.
yeah. It's
Um,
great.
yeah.
Love
Let
it.
me go ahead and put the sound. Give me a thumbs up if you could hear the sound. Can you see my screen? Yes?
We
Yeah,
see the screen, but we don't see anything
Okay,
yet.
not
Like,
yet. Okay.
yeah. And press play. Yeah,
now we see it.
A structure so deeply embedded, most of those inside it don't even realize what they are a part of. Institutions you trusted operating within a framework you were never meant to question. And while you worked, struggled to survive, something bigger was moving behind the curtain. In this documentary, we exposed the largest financial deception in the history of mankind. Not with options, but with evidence. Irrefutable, irrevocable, undeniable. This is not about politics. This is about power. This is about control. And most importantly, this is about you. Because the moment you truly see it, the illusion collapses, the distractions lose its grip, the noise disappears, and the question becomes unavoidable. When this film is released, the truth will no longer be hidden. It will be undeniable, uncontainable, unstoppable. My job is to expose it. Your job is to make sure the world sees it. Now, will you have the courage to face it, to share it, to break free from the system that was designed to keep you enslaved forever? Or will you ignore the greatest revolution of our time? The truth is here. You will either stand up and help us dismantle the Matrix, or the Matrix will enslave you and your family for 1,000 years to come. The choice is yours. God knows I did my job. If you thought the first one was powerful, the first movie, you ain't seen nothing, because this one's going to literally rattle everybody's cage. Obviously, this is going to be $5.89. I don't listen. If you can't afford $5.89, you got bigger fish to fry. Okay, it's not a big deal. The reason why we're charging is we want people to watch it. We want people to watch it. We want people to share it, because that's going to fund our next project, and we're going to tell the story, the biggest story ever told, about the generals meeting with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump coming down the escalator. It's going to be a 17-part series, 1 hour and 17 minutes each. It's going to take a lot of money to produce that, and a lot of brain power, and a lot of the right people that know the story in the proper sequential value to tell the story accurately up to present date. Okay? And so that's going to be in the works. We're announcing something here shortly, but we already announced it at the summit. We did the movie Dear Mr. President, correct? The first one regarding the censorship. Nothing happened. Donald Trump even signed an executive order saying you're not allowed to censor. And what are the social media people? They're thumbing their nose at the rule of law. Okay? They're basically laughing at the president. So Mel Carmine says, okay, you really want me to take the bull by the balls? You want me to be in charge? I'll be in charge. I'm launching tube1776.com. It's coming. I'm meeting with investors tomorrow. I'm not playing. And when I come for you, we're never going to censor. We're never going to give you a commercial. We're never going to unsubscribe you. The podcasters are going to be our partners. It's going to blow your mind. I will tell you in no uncertain terms, providing we blow up, which we will. A guy like Nino Rodriguez would make about $3 million a month with Tube 1776. And I'm not going to tell you the secret sauce recipe, but I will tell you that we're not going to be for sale. We're never going to censor it unless it's sexual or death threats. Those are the only two. Everything else is, hey, if you want to come on my channel and preach Muslim bullshit, you are allowed to, so we can all laugh at you. But we're not going to censor you. You want to preach whatever you want to preach, whatever. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. We're never going to unsubscribe you. You're never going to see a commercial. Okay, commercials are going to be something like up there on the thumbnail. It looks attractive to you, and you click on it, and you can play your commercial. I'm coming for you. I'm making something that's sexier, that's more intuitive. I'm going to kick your fucking ass. I'm
Mel,
pissed.
what's the timeline? I know you're
6 months.
You're at the early stages, right?
6 months.
6 months?
Beta test. I am not playing, bro. I am not playing. I'm very serious. I got it all right now. And you know what? We're going to be using blockchain to collect a minimal fee that is going to scare nobody. I'm even making the people who just want to patronize us partners. I'm going to spread the wealth like chicken pox.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
No, that sounds amazing.
It's going to kick ass.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing, like, Mel better than anyone, like podcasters don't make money. We do this because we want to spread the information. So
I want you guys to make money, because if you guys are well funded,
so do I.
You guys can kick some ass.
Exactly.
To me, it's not about money. I'm going to be worth $82 trillion when it's all said and done. I don't give a fuck. Money's not motivating me at this point.
Right.
If I could make some money, Mel.
Destroy social media. I want to destroy social media. And they can't turn around and say, you know what? That's a great idea. We're going to copy Mel Carmine. You can't change YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You can't just change the algorithms and copy
Right.
me. You'd have to start from scratch. But by the time you start from scratch, we are so long far gone. You won't even. The only thing I'll send you toothpicks so you can pick the dust out of your teeth.
If me and Elisa can make some money, Mel, we'll be kicking ass for a lot longer.
Brother, you guys
That's
are
for
gonna,
sure.
you guys are gonna, whether you like me, whether you hate me, whether you're on the fence about Mel Carmine, you're gonna have to learn how to love Mel Carmine. You'll have no choice. I promise you.
Um, Getting back to the movie, the current movie, Dear Mr. President 2, did you have another trailer? Because this one looked like it was different and new. Did
Yeah,
you have another?
I have another one as well. Let me see if I can get to that one.
I think, yeah, they're both very powerful. Now, when is the movie going to actually be available?
It should be available hopefully the first week of May, I'm thinking. Right after the event of the XRP event. The reason why I'm going to see if I can get into those guys' good graces, and let's see if I could get them to see the trees for the forest, and let's see if we can get um, let's see if we can get them on board. Because here's the other one. Because the reason why we're charging $5.89. I think you understand which crowd we're trying to go after, right?
Well, I know what the 89 is. Yeah, for sure.
589
Yeah.
XRP,
Mhm.
0.117 of a penny. Who's the other crowd? 0.17 of a penny, right? You guys know who you are, right? So we're going after two crowds. One's Mammoth, which is the Q movement, which is like 2.5 billion worldwide, right? Let me share my screen. This is the second trailer. Can you see it?
Yep.
Let me see if I can play it now. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you a story that is going to absolutely piss off a lot of people in the United States of America. What if everything you've ever known is a lie? Because I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that we've been bamboozled in ways that you can't even imagine. From the creator who dared to question everything in Dear Mr. President comes a revelation so explosive it will shatter your perception of reality. This is the biggest scam ever, and your government, it thinks that you are stupid.
And the whole fake system that is set up, it's all fake.
The straw man, the greatest heist in history. Before your first breath, a covert system claimed you a ghostly double made of paper, a financial slave in a world you can't even see.
The straw man. I am not that fucking straw man. That's not me. I am not all cap letters. I am me.
They've used your name as currency, trading your life in a game rigged from the start. Basically, when you're born, they put some little ink underneath your feet, and they give you the all caps name on your social security or social slave number, okay? And that's exactly what you are. That is your bond number. Every document, every signature, every debt is an elaborate illusion. You go get a marriage license, it's a bond. You get divorced, it's a bond. You get a driver's license, it's a bond. You get a fishing license, it's a bond. You get a hunting license, it's a bond. You get a ticket, that ticket gets traded. Driver's license, insurance, all of this nonsense. These are all bonds that are being traded in your name, and they're making billions and trillions of dollars. Once you know the truth, you hold the power to choose. The system will fight back. It will try to silence you, erase you. The choice is yours. Yeah, it's powerful. There's no question. Look, I'm going to prove to every single American out there that you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars beyond any shadow of any doubt, with irrefutable, irrevocable evidence. What you do from that point is your decision, not mine. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you that you've been bamboozled. You're in the biggest scam in the history of the world. There's other countries like Australia, New Zealand, UK that have a different variation of the same scam. They've actually made it even better. Okay, and the reality is, even your car, you think you own your Lamborghini. Well, guess what, Lamborghini owners? If you pay a registration, the state owns your $289,000 car. How smart are you now? Don't pay for your registration. Don't pay for your, and don't impound that shit. And you are the user of that. And we can prove that, and we prove it in the movie. It is your patriotic obligation and duty to buy the movie for $5.89 and send it to everybody you know, because we need to fund the other project, which is the biggest story ever told. The biggest story ever told, where Donald Trump comes down the escalator, where we almost went into a coup d'etat with Obama, and the generals came into a meeting room and said, you got to run for president because you have all the toys, you've got everything, nobody can buy you, you're the most honest person we could think of to run for president. And that was achieved. And so I need the money to fund that project, which I'm bringing in a bunch of editors for that one. I can't depend on just, 2 or 3 people to do it. And I got to bring in some consultants, like maybe Stu here across the pond, who knows a lot about that stuff. And he's got to sign a 1.5-inch non-disclosure agreement, etc., until the movie's ready. We are in a war. I need money to fund the war. I need you guys to move. And I need these podcasters to move it out there to everybody. You know why? Because someone has to win this war and someone's going to lose this war. That's how matches usually. Hey, listen, if you're in a boxing match, did you ever see 2 people win or 2 people lose? No. One's got to win, one's got to lose, right? This is no different. Yeah. So I hope I get the attention of everybody out there. Like I said, at some point, whether you like Mel Carmine, you don't like Mel Carmine, you hate Mel Carmine, or maybe you like him a little bit, or maybe you're on the fence about Mel Carmine, you're going to have no choice. You're going to love Mel Carmine, because Mel Carmine, providing my plan that's already built on paper, okay, and we're ready to go. I got investors salivating at the mouth, literally tripping over their shoelaces. Who wants to give me the money first to build what I think will take down, what I believe will take down social media in one fell swoop, not just YouTube, but all of them. You know why? Because when you build a better mousetrap, the world will be the path to your door. And I'm going to build a better mousetrap, and it's not about the money. To me, it's about bringing this country back to the republic, back for what it stands for, back to free speech. I don't care what YouTube thinks that they are above the law and they're disobeying executive orders. I don't care that Zuckerberg, who sits right next to Donald Trump and basically fluffs his balls and then goes back to doing whatever. People are being censored. My friend Jerry Reed, he was growing by 10,000, 20,000 on a good day, right? On a good day, he was growing by 10 to 20,000 subscribers. On a bad day, it was like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. On a good day, 10,000 to 20,000. The minute he asked for his money, they throttled him back. It happened instantaneously, like they were using a knob on a microwave. Don't tell me that America is going to go back to its roots. But it's not going to happen because Donald Trump is powerful and mighty. It's not going to happen because Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are these wizard magicians. No, it's going to happen because people are going to figure out, okay, there's so many wars on so many fronts that need to be fought, right? You got a gripe with chemtrails, which I would love for someone to take on the chemtrails. In each county, one guy with big balls, get a microphone and start a movement and start camping out at your governor's freaking mansion, or pressuring Donald Trump to not just sign an executive order, but an executive order that says, if you see these things sprayed, you don't even need my permission, Air Force, Space Force. You go up in the air, you land these sons of bitches on an Air Force field that's military, arrest their fucking ass, and let's bring them down to Guantanamo where they belong.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, the skies will magically fucking clear up.
Oh, it'd be that like lockdown all over again, wouldn't it? Beautiful blue skies everywhere.
Right?
Yep.
Guaranteed that's what would happen. If Donald Trump signed the executive order, says, you don't even need my permission. This executive order says that if you see these things in the sky, you are to get into your war machine with all your Sidewinder missiles and go up there and escort their asses down. I guarantee you. Would you like to place a bet on that, Stu? Against me?
I wouldn't bet against you, Mel.
That's one war that I'm like, why isn't nobody taking on that war? There's so many wars that you could fight. Pick one.
Yeah.
Become efficient at fighting that war. We're not going to win this thing one person at a time. This is about one person picking one fight, winning that fight decisively, and everybody picking another fight and winning that war decisively, and all of us collectively, we win all these different battles on all these different battlefronts. That's what constitutes the whole entire war.
It's always been about we the people coming together, mass non-compliance, getting involved, local action, national impact.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to get involved. Everyone.
Yeah. So anyway, I got two huge whales coming at me right now wanting to buy silver because they understand, they get it. Okay. And so I didn't realize that my suppliers, plural, can get you that kind of silver still, and we can. So if you guys need $1 million or $2 million or $10 million worth of silver, Carmine's Gold can supply. Carmine'sGold.com. Okay. And I will tell you in no uncertain terms, I can also supply a shitload of XRP. I could get you the remaining balance of whatever is left in the escrow. You understand? I say that cockingly.
Yeah.
Guys, it was a pleasure for you guys to come on and advertise your event. Say it one more time. This way, these guys can come and support you. We got to win the wars, guys. Go support these guys. Go buy a ticket. If you're in New York, or if you know somebody that lives in New York, call them, say, hey, there's an event going on. Here's the address. Go see these guys, right?
Yeah. It's theawakeningsummit.org, and it's April 25th and 26th in Lynbrook, New York, which is Nassau County.
Yeah,
awesome.
And come and support Alicia and I. All our details are on. Well, we've actually started. People are trying to clone our channels and stealing our work and putting it on other Rumble channels and stuff. But everything of ours is on patriotsacrossthepond.com. And we're trying to build our Rumble channel the most. We do between sort of like 5 and 9 shows a week now, and we're putting stuff out all the time. Come support us, and we'd be great to see you in the chats.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys,
Absolutely.
get this out to everybody, please. The algorithms are against us. I don't think I have to tell you.
Sweet.
Yep.
Can you send me this MP4 straight after, Mel?